10 UDS was not having a constitution.
Hello, viewers. They say politics isn't about how loud your voice is, but where your voice is heard. Today, on Time with a Young Politician, we are profiling a young politician whose voice cuts across student politics and national politics. I am Akem, your host for today, and I'm joined by
Saaka Daniel.
So, Saaka Daniel, you're welcome to Twtyp on Credit of 360.
So much.
Thank you. All right, so let's start it simple. For the benefit of our viewers, who is Saaka?
Just like my name, Saaka Daniel, I am a student politician.
Okay.
I'm reading political science as a specialism in social science.
Wow.
Final year as level 400.
Okay.
I'm somebody that sticks to my words.
Okay.
Somebody who can cross rivers, oceans for somebody who is ready to cross just a bridge for me. When I know you are ready to cross a bridge for me,
Wow.
I'm there for you.
I see. Away from there, let's look at your journey into leadership. Okay. You have held or still hold multiple positions or influential positions on right. Take us back a bit. Who or what was the first real motivation into student leadership? I mean, at what point did you realize that it was something you wanted to take seriously?
Looking at this, I remember my leadership in students began way back in primary school.
Oh, okay.
Yes. My first time being a leader was a senior prefect in Excellency Care International School. So it began there. Sometimes I'll just be there. I didn't plan to go for this position.
Yeah.
By the time I realized I'm there.
Wow.
Yes.
So I mean, was leadership always the plan, or was it circumstance that pushed you into it? Did it happen by chance, or it was always a plan? Because from how you are saying, I don't seem to get it.
Yeah. Sometimes some things pushed me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like no, I can actually do this.
Okay.
And I feel like this is not right.
Yeah.
But I feel when I come in with some people collectively, we're able to achieve that.
So much of your leadership journey was pushed by circumstances.
Yes, circumstances.
Not something you were like from birth. Then you are like, oh, you are going into it or something like that. No. Let's look at your SOSA experience. You serve as the general secretary for SOSA UDS, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is a role that requires much of organizational and communication skills, coupled with some, political maturity. What would you say that particular position taught you about leadership, and how did that prepare you for the bigger responsibilities you are holding today or would hold later on?
One is discipline.
Wow.
Relentlessness.
I mean, was that discipline instilled in you by your colleague executives, by your involvement in activities, by your patron? How
it cut across, as a general secretary. Okay. It's like the name is general secretary.
Yeah.
It cuts across every aspect of the institution or the organization you are serving. Yeah. And secretary, at some point I was acting like a journalist. When somebody's saying something, I'm writing, I'm jotting something. The important things I have to do them, and this takes discipline, because imagine somebody's talking and you are fidgeting with your phone.
Yeah.
You might not get the important things. For me, sometimes I'll be like, oh, this one there. But because of me being a secretary and knowing very well that every word counts, whatever everybody's going to say counts. So I don't play with when somebody's talking. When I'm talking, I listen, not just to listen, and I write it down.
Wow.
Yes.
Now let's away from there. Let's look at 10 UDS president. The president of 10 UDS Tamale. Okay. Leading ASU. Leading an NDC youth wing of the UDS student body. What would you say has been the most challenging aspect of this role so far? And what has been the achievement you are most proud of?
So far, the challenges, mostly when it comes to students, politics or leadership, it's about rumors and criticisms. Sometimes you hear a word and you be like, so you mean I did this? Sometimes you'll be like, oh, yes, they will criticize you. But one funny thing about me is that I listen to constructive criticism. Okay, fine. Yes, you have a point. Yeah. I use that to build myself, to correct myself. Okay. I always have that view that the one creating the path will never know if it is crooked. Yes, unless they observe. When somebody says something, yes, whether or not it's true at that moment, I pick it. Yes, and well, that has shaped my journey too as well. Because it's time to listen. Yes, and it's one of the major challenges that I face, and I can say many of us face on campus here. Because some people feel like you are there for your personal gains.
And that's a mindset students have about
Student
young
mindset.
student politicians. We've all suffered
you just
that
want to
at
chop
some
your
point.
money.
Yeah.
You are there with your policies, you go and talk this. Oh, you can chop your money. And sometimes when you work for some people and you don't want to broadcast it, they will not even say it. But like this mistake you make, then you see it all over and they will now cook it with so much lies and you even be shocked hearing them.
Alright, so the aspect of the question was the achievement so far that you are most proud of as president of 10 UDS.
Of 10, so 10 UDS, we have achieved something. We are still on the process of achieving so many. Some of them, I might not want to say them, did some certain reasons. I mean, their achievement, but there are some things that you can boast of it. One of them, I can't say it on this platform. You know, we are on there. But I remember very well that sometimes you'll be there, somebody will be like, oh, I'm finding it difficult with this course. I want to change this course. Sometimes it's not like because you are a president, that's why they listen to you. But the 10th presidency has given me that opportunity, that zeal and confidence. Shall I go to the office? Go and do this. You go and do that. The name of it, but you don't use that. You don't use the political colors to do that. Yes. So some of the things that we have done, I said I don't want to talk about them here. Actually, talk about the political colors, and I'm not ready to do that today.
That's okay. Now let's look at party identity and independent thinking. We both know that 10 is not just a student group. It's actually a recognized youth wing of the NDC on university campuses that seeks to groom, students to come up in national politics. At what point does the party NDC ideology influence your reasoning, and at what point does it risk limiting your independent thinking as leader? At what point, let me say, at what point do you take decision based on the ideologies of NDC?
Look at what you have in your policy documents or what you want to do. How does this benefit the party? How does it benefit the students? You don't just work for the party just like that. You work because you are using the students' space. You blend it together. So sometimes when you look at this as for this particular thing, let us go with the party, which to promote the party. As much as you are a student leader, you are also a party executive. Like that, because normally, if we have if we have a police station on campus here, I will be the police station chairman. So I'm a party executive like that. Away from that, a 10 executive is a party executive. So you have to promote. Yes, you have to promote your party to some extent. Promote the student body too as well. So you have to blend them.
Yes. Now, a quick one. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where internally you disagree with the party position, but for the sake of 10, you had to defend it outside to the students or to the public? And how did you handle that?
So sometimes things like this, when they come, that's why they say leaders usually grow.
Have you ever been in that situation? Where you just disagree with what the party is saying, but for the sake of the party or for the sake of being 10 president, you have to go out and still defend it.
So there was one time I was like, no, this I don't actually agree with that. But I was like, no. Sometimes, so when I had that thinking, when I was contemplative, I said, no, I won't talk. Let me go back, sit down in my room quietly and think about it. So I went and I thought of it. I was like, no, the party has wit. So let me go with that. Because what I was thinking was, that was just my individual thinking. But the party sat down, a lot of people, intellectuals, lawyers, and they sat down and brought all this. So I was like, at some point, I agreed with them. I agree with them, but when I go and think again, I have to agree with them because my party is the best party, and anything that we say is always NDC has never said anything wrong.
Well, I'm engaged in a number of associations or organizations, and perhaps work with students or people in general who some are even not from the same political background as yourself. Has there been moments where people openly doubted your credibility or neutrality simply because you were and what did you do to rebuild that trust in that community? So you are that's where we are going next about your work at the student parliament level. I know that a partisan organization. So let's take that for instance. Has there been points where people doubted your credibility simply because they felt you were going the NDC way? Because maybe they are also MPP
people.
And what did you do to regain your trust?
I remember there was a time we had a sitting in the student parliament. So the motion in a way was favoring the NDC. And I was the speaker, I was the one presiding. So when we got there, I was like, wow, anything I say here is going to be like, they're going to see in the court of law against me. Anything I say here is going to be recorded. I was like, fine. When it got there, I didn't want to overrule the statement from the majority leader or the minority leader. And I didn't want us to also waste time on it. So when we had it, I was so fortunate. So a member brought out something, and then we brought a procedural motion. Then we swept that particular issue under the carpet. Yes, because I was in a very tight corner. If you talk, they will say because you are a president of team, that's why you're talking.
Okay.
I didn't want it to appear like that, but that was the truth. So I say, okay, fine, yeah, this is the truth. If I say it, you will say I'm partisan. I won't say it.
Yeah.
Somebody put something, I'll say, fine, that's good. Procedural motion. So one member move a motion to that, and then we were gone.
Did that sort of rebuild the trust in them?
Yes, because at some point I'm beginning to feel like I am neutral. Yes, because I didn't side with them. Well, in my mind, I was like, yeah, what this honorable member is saying is true. But I didn't say it. Yes, I didn't say it openly. So they felt like, okay, fine. If you're supporting them, why didn't he say it? Okay. If he was against us, why didn't he also say something like this? Okay. I didn't say anything. I was lucky. I had the procedural motion. Then that took over.
So in that case, do I say you play some smartness around it to, I don't know, bypass
it? Yes, sometimes you have to be smart.
That entirely doesn't rebuild trust in them.
When it happened that way, because I didn't talk, they felt like fine. After the sitting, I felt like some people were like, okay, speaker is a thing president. So it was like someone was like, oh, if that's so, why didn't he support me when I was talking? So why didn't you support when you were talking? So they were like, okay, fine. And I came in, I was like, Charlie, I didn't talk. I'm neutral.
So you now are speaker of the UDS student parliament. Walk us through your journey there, from where until now you are a student. Where did you start from? You become the speaker.
Student parliament is one of the journeys that I will never forget in my political career. I remember in level 100, our first sitting. When I came here, I had my friend Shadrach. He's still here. I do almost eventually everything with him. So we saw the flyer. Shadrach, let's go to this place. He's the current marshal of the student parliament. He's the deputy organizer, the vice president of his department, a whole lot. Let's go there. So when we went there, they were doing election because that was our first sitting of the year. So actually, at some point we had some vacant positions, and they were like, oh, we can contest even though we are 1100. Shadrach, let's go. I'll go for this one, you go for this one. When we went for the election, I had one vote. Guess who voted for me? Shadrach. So when he went, he had one vote. Guess who did? I did. Yes, but we didn't stop there. The following year, in my level 200, I became the second deputy speaker. And I held this position for 2 consecutive years. And I became the speaker. And you see that. So it was very funny, but we didn't relent. We were relentless in our journey.
I think we'll get time and talk more about that. But now let's look at it. Every leader has his style. Okay. So how would you describe your leadership style? 4 values that influence your decision making.
Well,
in just some few sentences.
So I'm going by the
situations where your opinion is unpopular. It's not what the majority seem to be going by. They say are working with.
Yes, sometimes in leadership, no matter how you do, you can't favor everybody. Some people are going to be like, no. President didn't do right. He didn't say right. That is it. Even if Jesus Christ come today and Muhammad, they come today and they are our leaders, we will still have issues with whatever it is. But I'm going by the transformational style of leadership. That's what I believe in. Because there are some certain things that what pushed me to join Tain and what pushed me to go for the position is the reason why I'm there. So I have to make that transformation. So sometimes, regardless, I will have people disagreeing with me, but I know that is the truth. I remember going to our elections. A lot happened. Yes, but sometimes I will stay by this, even though I am alone. Yes, I was like, no. If I should be JJ Lawrence for a minute, I'll be that because it must be done even if I'm alone. Yes.
I think you've touched on the criticism thing. Now, I want to ask this question that many student leaders avoid answering directly or honestly. But then before then, let me ask this. Would you say you are a student advocate or an NDC mentee? Direct answer. Away from student parliament, Tain, whatnot, would you say Daniel today is a student advocate or a youth advocate or an NDC mentee?
I do both.
Okay.
I can't deny NDC. I can't deny my party.
Both.
Yes.
Now, to my main question, if you are offered a clear path into national politics, NDC national politics, but that would mean ditching your advocacy on issues of youth development or youth politics, youth leadership that are still, affecting the society, or that are still unresolved, would you choose it, and why?
I would
Say
choose,
tomorrow,
yes.
NDC National calls you for duty, but then you have to do away with other, activities you are already carrying on by virtue of maybe being a student advocate or a youth advocate. Which would you go with, and why? Would you ditch the student advocacy and go for NDC?
So I wouldn't like the word ditch,
okay,
because we sometimes work back doors.
Okay.
Today we can have the former president of Ghana, for example, just saying, we can have the former president of Ghana still giving counsel to the current president of Ghana. He's not the president of Ghana, isn't it? But he is still there. He's not in the picture.
Okay.
Yes, the bigger picture, you don't find him over there.
Yeah.
So when that comes, I'll go for the National Democratic Congress party in the Ghana. But still, I will not entirely forget the other side of my works. Yes.
That's okay. To our audience, can a declared partisan person truly be neutral in student, politics, or it's just that neutrality is an expectation and not a reality? We hope to hear from you in the comment section. Now, with students watching this session, maybe who may want to enter into student leadership or politics but are afraid criticisms, the politics of it, and failure, what honest advice do you have to give them? It's 2 sentences. What honest advice would you give college students who want to enter but they are afraid?
Yeah. So thank you so much for this question. Unless I've been dealing with questions like this, agenda boys will come for consultations and stuff.
Yeah.
I have 3 things I always tell them.
Okay.
I'll tell you that no matter what, you can't do away with any of these 3 things.
Okay.
If you win the election without one of them, you will suffer before you win. And even when you win, you still suffer.
Okay.
One of them is you have to be prayerful.
Okay.
You can't just get up, I believe life is spiritual.
Okay.
Yes. That is why we have Islam, Christianity, traditional words. Yes, life is spiritual. If it wasn't spiritual, we wouldn't have had all this. So you have to be prayerful.
Okay.
That's 1. That is
okay.
2. You have to be popular.
Okay.
3. You need to have some small coins in your pocket.
Please,
These coins, I'm coming. Don't misquote me. These coins, I'm not having money in your account to come in. You don't need to be rich before you come. Yes, but you need money to go and print flyers.
Yes.
You need money for banners.
So you need resources.
You need resources.
Okay.
These 3 things, you can't do away with any of them.
Our viewers, college students, be prayerful, be popular, have resources. We'll talk about that more. Now we are almost at the end of this session, and there's this signature question I ask people who come on this show, and that is, by close of the day, when we take the titles away, what legacy are you leaving behind? What should Daniel Saaka be remembered for? Straightforward answer.
So, for example, in 10 like this, I'm always of the belief that if you organize 300 programs on campus here, people will forget them. Wow. But there are some things that when you do, even if it is 1, no matter how small it is, nobody ever forget it. 10 UDS was not having a constitution. But as I'm talking to you right now, 10 UDS constitution is almost ready. Wow. Yes. We are also trying to get a 10 secretariat. Yes, so right now, when we are done with 10 secretariat, we can just get up. Where are you going to? Oh, I'm going to office. Which office? I'm going to party office. You have a definite place. Yes. Because right now, if somebody wants to meet, I'll be like, oh, let's meet on campus. Need this. Somebody come to your house. But if you have a office, a 10 secretariat, you get up and go there. If it is locked, fine. It means we are done for the day. The following day, you come. So I am of the belief that if I'm able to get 10 secretariat on campus there, it's going to be a legacy project. Yes, and people will not forget me. Even if people come in 10 years' time, it's going to be in the books that it was in my administration that we got a 10 secretariat.
So,
I don't want to disclose everything over here, so but I'll just leave it for the 2, the 10 constitution and the 10 secretariat. These 2 for now.
Okay. So, Daniel Saaka, we thank you very much for your time with the young politician here on Trend of 360. My name is Akem, your host for today. Everyone watching us, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. See you in the next episode.